Evening, everyone. This is the Shade Tree of Life Stories, episode 2. Hopefully, I can get through this whole episode. I want to um, dedicate this to my LGBTQIA plus family. Um, this is a story of I, my first experiences on the internet. This was 99, maybe 2000, somewhere in there. Um, I was first learning the internet. Um, we would go to the library and, we didn't have a computer at home or internet and stuff like that. So we'd go to the library and get on the internet and, we established email and we did that. And, well, I don't know if Yahoo still does it, but um, the first social media was Yahoo chat rooms. Um, and it was really cool meeting people from everywhere in chat rooms and learning about others and things. Well, this one particular day, um, I stumbled into a chat room. I didn't know what the chat room was about. I don't remember the name of it now, but I have to say I had like a masculine username at the time. A lot of people seen it as masculine, but it was it was a good username for me because of what I did for a living at that time. Um, but most people seen it as masculine. So, anyways, I stumbled into this um, chat room, and it turned out it was a chat room for gays, and I was sitting there reading the chats, the comments being made, trying to figure out where I was, what this room was about, and I had just realized that it was a gay chat room, and was about to leave, and a private message popped up. Now I hadn't said anything in this room at all because I was trying to figure it out, trying to figure out what the room was about. So. um, this young man, if I remember correctly, he was 14, but he, in the private message that popped up on screen, he asked if he could ask me a question. I was like, sure, anything. Yeah, I'm open-minded. I can answer any question anybody can ask me. And I figured he thought that I was a gay man also because of my screen name. Excuse me, it's evening time and the little buggies are trying to bug me. Well, um, he asked me if I was a Christian. That kind of, stunned me. That wasn't a question I was expecting. And I said, yes, I am. And he said, then I want to know another question. And I was like, okay. He said, does God love me? Oh, I'm sorry, that's not the way he said it. He said, does God hate me? And I was so shocked. I couldn't imagine a person that would feel that, that felt that God hated them. I was raised in church. I never I never thought that of God hating anybody. And I immediately started begging God to give me an answer for him because I didn't want to say the wrong thing. I was like, he's hurting and he needs to know the truth here. And I heard, felt, whatever that anybody wants to say, but I heard God say, I love him. And so that's what I told him. I told him that God does not hate him. He loves him and he wants what's best for him in his life. And not to ever think that that God would ever hate him for anything. And that he can seek God and God's love and will for his life no matter what. And then he told we chatted for a little bit, and that's when I found out about Matthew Shepard. And so this was right. I'm going to say this was in '99 because if I remember correctly, Matthew Shepard was murdered in '98, and this was just a few months after, if I remember correctly. And so the the Westboro Baptist Church thing was happening, and they were being very cruel in saying that, and I think if I remember correctly, well, I know this happened, but the young man was the one telling me this, that they had picketed Matthew's funeral and stuff, and I told him, I said, those people, they can claim to be Christians if they want to, but they are not of God. That is not something God would want them to do. And God is about showing love and compassion and forgiveness. He is not about cruelty and hate and the evilness that Westboro Baptist Church and now many evangelical or whatever, maybe it might be wrong of me to say evangelical, but there's so many churches that are preaching hate, and it hurts. It hurts my heart. It hurts God's to hear that. That's not what God's about. Christ said the greatest commandment is to love God above all and to love your neighbor as yourself. And he said that the rest of the law and the prophets hang on those two. So all of the law hangs on loving people. It's not about hate and judgment. And so anyways, we talked about this kind of stuff. We talked a lot about it for my time on there. And I was normally at the library. They normally set you a time limit of about an hour. Well, I guess we would talk for like 30 to 45 minutes, because I wasn't quite at my time when he said he had to go. And he said, before I go, I want you to know that, sorry, mosquitoes, that I'm sitting at my dad's desk with his revolver, and I gave God 5 minutes to tell me he loved me before I ended my life. He said, and I seen you